Welcome back to the IBSP. Here's your host, Boxing New.
Canelo open to a Terence Crawford fight? Look, let's break it down honestly and objectively as possible. And Canelo Alvarez has stated, I'm not saying the Terence fight cannot happen. These are his words. Canelo Alvarez was asked about the Crawford-Fundora fight being ordered, and will that stop any potential Terence Crawford Canelo Alvarez fight? Does that mean the Terence Crawford Canelo fight is dead? And Canelo Alvarez responded by saying, I don't think so. I'm not saying that fight can't happen. That order doesn't matter. So what Canelo is essentially saying is, he's not committing to the fight, but he's not saying the door is closed on the fight. There is a possibility that the Canelo Terence Crawford fight could happen, and it could happen next. You never really know in the sport of boxing, but he has not closed the door. The Crawford-Fundora fight being ordered is not going to stop Canelo Alvarez because he's the biggest name in the sport of boxing, and it's not going to stop Terence Crawford because we already know Terence Crawford threw his belt in the trash because he didn't want to fight Boots Ennis. We already know that Terence Crawford only wants to fight Canelo Alvarez, and he's likely to reject a Virgil Ortiz fight. So we understand these things. Now, at the end of the day, Turki Al-Sheikh and Terence Crawford are idiots because anybody that's trying to negotiate, the worst thing you can do is say to the person you're negotiating with is that you're my only option, and that's exactly what they did with Canelo. Turki Al-Sheikh said he believes Terence Crawford only wants to fight Canelo. So if that's their only option, and they believe this is the only fight that they want, and this is the only route that they're going, then that means you give all the leverage to Canelo Alvarez to negotiate from a higher standard. Think about this. Canelo Alvarez has asked for $150 million, and he also stated that things need to be my way because Canelo Alvarez is the A side to any Terence Crawford fight. I mean, think about it. Every fight that Terence Crawford has literally loses money except the Errol Spence fight. So pretty much all of his fights have lost millions of dollars. They were giving away thousands of tickets at his last fight. With Canelo Alvarez, that's not the case. So that means Canelo Alvarez needs to have control. Canelo Alvarez needs the $150 million. Why does he need the $150 million? Because Terence Crawford brings nothing else to the table. They're going to call Canelo Alvarez a cherry picker. They're going to slam him for doing, and beating Terence Crawford. They're going to get mad about that. They're going to hate on this man. They're going to drag him through the mud for a fight that they're begging for. So at the end of the day, $150 million is what it will take. So I don't see Canelo Alvarez getting that. I don't think the Turk is going to agree to the deal. I think that they're going to stall out the fight and it won't happen, but you never really know. It could happen. Maybe the Turk says, hey, I'm losing money. I need to give Canelo whatever he wants to make this happen. Now, the interesting thing about this is a Canelo Alvarez-Terence Crawford fight, in my opinion, don't make sense. Canelo doesn't have anything to gain. It's not a legacy fight. It's a waste of a fight for Canelo Alvarez when he could be doing something more important in the sport of boxing, like going for greatness. For Terence Crawford, it's also a waste because you're just clout chasing a payday. All you want is a payday. You don't want to fight any other top names in your division. You don't want to challenge yourself in your own weight class. You just want to go to cash out. And for boxing, that's disgusting because that's not what I'm here to watch.